Hello guys, I'm Hamit Arslan. It's your vocational technical and high school electrical electronics student from 9C. In this 5 lesson, you will learn some basic ideas about programming. Don't worry if you are new to this, it will be fun and easy to follow. Before I start, I would like to tell Hayri Turgut Uyar, the author of this presentation, and he was a lecturer at the computer engineering department for mm, 23 years. He is also an UTU member since 1990. He has been working on many subjects such as computer engineering and artificial intelligence, some computer science info. This presentation contains his introduction to programming lecture notes. Let's start. Computer programs. When we write a program, we solve a problem using a computer. But first, we need to represent the problem in a way the computer understands. Computers work with numbers 1 and 0. For example, if we are programming something about highways in Turkey, we need to think about the cities and roads. A city can be represented by its name, latitude, and longitude. To solve the problem, we need to express it step by step. This is what programming is about. It's easy. Representing the problem. See with simple roads. And let's talk about this simple roads. Imagine a road between two cities like Istanbul and Ankara, Ankara and Izmir, Istanbul and Izmir. We can represent it as a straight line. It's very simple, but it's not very accurate because it's a simple, basic straight line. Real roads are not straight, you know. They curve and they have many details. However, for some programs, a simple line might be enough. If you want to be more accurate, we can represent roads as many small lines connected together. Like this. This is harder to do, but it gives us a better result. More accuracy makes program more complicated. For example, if we want to describe every curve in the road, we need more data and calculations. As you can see, the curve roads, detailed roads, and representation model. The first step in programming is to create a model. A model is a way to represent the problem. Don't forget this. A model is a way to represent the problem. We have a problem, we need to represent it with model. Remember, we solve the model, not the actual problem. If the model is incorrect, the solution will also be incorrect. If the model is not accurate, the solution might not make sense. And if the model is too complicated, it can be very expensive or slow to use. Next, representing highways. How we represent highways depends on what we need. If we only care about the total distance, simple lines are okay. But if you want to talk about specific points, like the 274th kilometer of the Istanbul-Ankara highway, need more detailed data, such as consecutive lines. Consecutive line in Turkish ardışık çizgiler. Data. In programming, we use data to represent things. For example, we can represent a city with variables. A variable is like a box where we store information. For Istanbul, we can have a variable for its name, latitude, and longitude. These variables help the computer understand and work with data. Name Istanbul, latitude 41 and longitude 29. And next, variables. We learn variables. We just heard variables and values. And what's this? What's that? Variables. Variables are stored in the computer's memory. You know memory and computer memory. A variable has a name like latitude and a value like 41. It's easy. The name is like a label on a box and the value is what's inside the box. For Istanbul, the variable name will store the value Istanbul. As you can see, name Istanbul, latitude 41, longitude 29. And assignments. You will say, What's the assignment got to do with it? In programming, we assign values to variables. This means we put data into the memory. For example, latitude 41 means we stored value 41 in the variable called latitude. Don't forget these words. Variable and values. Our variable is latitude and value is the 41 we stored in it. The left side is the variable and right side is the value or calculation. This is how programs work step by step. And the next one, expressions. An expression is a value or combination of values and variables. For example, 41 is a value and the latitude is a variable, as said. We can also use operators like addition or multiplication. For example, latitude plus longitude as the values of these two variables. Easy. You know math. Assignment is not accurate. Finally, we will talk about assignment again. And in programming, assignment is not the same as equality in math. For example, I equal I plus 1 means increment the value of by variable of again increment the value of I by 1. Yes, easy. Means we add 1 to the current value of I. If I was 5, it becomes 6 after this operation. It's like updating the value of a variable. Mathematically, it will be incorrect. 0 not equal to 1. That's the end of our first lesson. Thank you for listening. Today we learned about how to represent problems and use data in programming. In the next lesson, we will learn swaps incorrect, and data types is will be harder to than more than today. And see you in the next lesson.